Main screen turn on. Hello everyone, I'm Yidoger along with my co-commentator Nemesis, and this is a crossover between two of my own series. Why play Super Mario Advance 3 Yoshi's Island and Discourse Display, where I usually show some footage of a game that has a connection to what I'm talking about. Example is the first video in the series where I played some city trial in Kirby Air Ride while talking about what we knew of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS just before that game was released. In this case because what I was playing inspired the Smash Run mode in what I was talking about. In this edition I will talk about the Nintendo Direct that was released last week and showing it over this footage because it's Nintendo news played alongside a Nintendo game. So that's the link right there. Why play is not scripted normally, but for this crossover I decided it would be better for the flow of things so I don't stutter and forget what I want to say due to having my concentration fixed on playing a game. So without further ado, here we go. First thing that was announced, Majora's Mask port for the 3DS, much like the treatment Ocarina of Time got before it. While the first Nintendo 64 Zelda is excellent in every way, this one might just be one of my favorites in the series overall. Still, I am indifferent on if I'll actually want to buy this myself, feeling that owning just the original copy and the version on the Zelda's Collector's Edition, which I haven't even touched yet, is enough. I do hope others who haven't experienced this game do end up buying it though. It is overall a great experience. I do feel that the trailer could have been a lot better, and I don't really see why it ended with Anju's grandmother instead of the classic "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" The second game is codenamed Steam, with the extra subtitle Lincoln vs. Aliens in Japan, which I'm not sure what to think of. On one hand, it's made by Intelligent Systems, who previously made the Fire Emblem and Advance Wars series, so they know how to handle strategy games. But other than that, this game does not appeal to me at all. I don't like the art style and the fact it uses characters from literature, and at least one from real life, instead of original characters kind of rubs me in the wrong way and gives me a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen vibe. Which is bad because that movie was terrible. And while I do really like turn-based strategy games, the third-person shooter elements this game seems to incorporate into it doesn't particularly seem like my thing either. Third announced game is Ultimate NES Remix. I have not played the previous two games on the Wii U, but they always seemed like some good, simple and quick fun, even though I have not heard many great things about them. Having a portable installment seems like a great idea on paper, but this is basically a combination of parts of the previous ones, with some new content added. I for one would much rather just buy the console games and not waste money on this for just some extras, which I predict will probably be very limited anyway. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is the fourth game talked about, and the first Wii U game. It shows a lot of the stages in the game, and then describes that they have additional challenges to complete as well. While the game seems like it could be fun enough, I've seen they're trying to sell this game for €40, which is about 2/3 of a normal retail price. However, this seems more like a game that should cost at the very most €30, and I probably wouldn't buy it for more than 20 myself, since it seems like it will be a pretty short game without too much replay value. It's also stated that this is one of the first titles to have the ability to be downloaded digitally from the Nintendo site. I prefer having physical copies of my games, so it's not something I will make use of personally. But even beyond that, I don't immediately see the use over just downloading games from the eShop. But perhaps that's just me. Amiibos are the next subject. I see these going around for about €15 at the time, which I initially thought was still a bit too expensive. But it now seems that every figure can have the ability to be used with multiple games. For example, the Link figure will give you not only the previously announced character in Smash Bros. Which you can train, but also a new weapon in Hyrule Warriors, the spinner, and a costume for your Mii character in Mario Kart 8. This actually gives them some more value for your buck and makes the price not so bad. Speaking of Mario Kart 8, some more features on the first DLC pack have been announced. Of course we knew about Link being a playable character alongside Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach, but the 4 new vehicles have all been announced, with the most exciting to me being the Blue Falcon, Captain Falcon's vehicle, and a stage from the series he hails from to go alongside it, which seems to be based on Mute City, and it fits the theme of the game perfectly. Perhaps this is added to gauge the interest in a new F-Zero game as well. The Hyrule Circuit is also shown, and a Excitebike inspired course as well. And I've got to say, I personally think that Link's Master Cycle looks extremely sweet. The new Kirby game, with gameplay based on the 2005 DS game Kirby Canvas Curve, has its title revealed as Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I didn't particularly like the handheld game, so I probably won't buy this one, but there is apparently a multiplayer game where up to 4 others can use different colored Waddle Dees, and they actually take on a platforming style gameplay. The trailer is a bit too short to show how exactly this will work out, but the Waddle Dees can pick up and carry Kirby around, and are also able to walk on a line shoe draw to move Kirby. This seems like a more enjoyable mode for me. It will also have some, as of yet unannounced, amiibo functionality. Other than the previously mentioned connectivity with the Link figure, Hyrule Warriors will apparently be compatible with every other amiibo announced so far as well, but will only give you some random material, weapon or rupee. It would have been a lot more exciting if you actually got other Nintendo characters playable in that game, though I suppose that's more what Smash Bros is for. Then again, I could see anything happening with Link being in Mario Kart 8, as well as the Animal Crossing characters announced in that one. Duck Hunt Duo was then officially announced as a playable character in Smash 4. Yeah, kinda useless now, but I have to say that their reveal trailer is pretty amazing. Same case for Bowser Jr.'s actually, which came alongside the 50 Fact Extravaganza video from 2 weeks ago. If they'd been revealed this way to begin with, I might have actually been hyped for them instead of disappointed with their inclusion, but it's too late for that now. A Duck Hunt stage can also be seen for the Wii U version of Smash 4, and the original NES game has been announced alongside this trailer to be released on the Wii U Virtual Console. Can't say I'm particularly interested in this though. I did play the original on the NES with the actual zapper, and I think playing this with a Wiimote will not be even closely the same. But I guess it's an alternative for those who don't have the original options readily available for them. A lot of short clips from upcoming indie games are shown as well, but it'd be too much to go into all of these. One I want to give a special shout out to though is World of Keflings. While I have not played this sequel, I loved Kingdom for Keflins on the 360. And while I will not purchase this game here since I do actually already own it on the Microsoft console, it should be worth checking out if you've not played it elsewhere. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate then has a crazy reveal of Cat Mario and Luigi characters, wielding hammers that are as big as they are and making annoyingly cute cat cries. I was mortified at the creepiness at first, but after a few moments realized how awesome the trailer actually is. Shigeru Miyamoto comes on after and tells how he made 3 animated shorts about Pikmin. You can view them in 3D on the 3DS or in HD on the Wii U for $5 each. While I love Nintendo and do want to support them, this seems like a little too steep for what it is. Also announced is a demo version of Pikmin 3. And if you try it out and buy the full version afterwards, you can transfer your data to that game. While this is nice enough, the game was released almost 1.5 years ago, so it seems a bit late to do this now. Xenoblade Chronicles X is talked about next. Not having played the original, I can't say I'm particularly excited for this or have any feelings towards it whatsoever. Nor does this trailer show anything to make me want it, but I do own the classic controller bundle of the first game on the Wii, and Shulk's inclusion in the latest Smash Bros. Installment has made me want to go back and play that game. And then the last title talked about is Platoon, which has a incredibly punny name. When it was first shown at E3 this year, it gave me the impression that it was a exclusively multiplayer title, but here single player mode is shown as well. Not sure what to think of it so far, but overall I think this will have the same problem that I mentioned earlier with Captain Toad's game. It will cost more than its content is worth. Seems like a decent game to pick up for about 20 bucks. But first-party Nintendo games hardly ever drop to that price class. So, all in all, a decent Nintendo Direct, but nothing that really hypes me up for the upcoming projects that are going on. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, keep track of my channel. I try to upload a new video every Friday. Alternatively, you could also check what I do through my social media sites, which you find in the description of this video. This is also but the third part of this Let's Play of this game. If you're interested in seeing the other videos, there's only 2 parts to watch beforehand, so that's not too bad. If not, I at least thank you for the few moments of your time this video took. So, hope to see you next video.